If your dog avoids contact, pulls away when you try to pet him, moves away when you approach, or simply prefers to stay isolated, this could be much more serious than it seems. Many people misinterpret it. They think it's just his personality, that he's more independent, he's just tired. But behavior changes never happen without a reason. Dogs are social animals by nature. They seek closeness, connection, and belonging. When a dog starts avoiding physical contact or interaction, something is going on, and it's almost never just personality. The first warning sign is physical pain. Problems in the joints, spine, teeth, or even internal inflammation can cause a dog to avoid touch. He doesn't necessarily growl. He simply moves away, because to him, contact may mean discomfort. Another factor is chronic stress. Changes in routine, arguments at home, excessive stimulation, lack of predictability. An unstable environment can cause a dog to withdraw emotionally. He doesn't understand what's happening, so he chooses to distance himself as protection. There's also the possibility of anxiety or fear linked to negative experiences. Sometimes, without realizing it, the owner reinforces insecurity with excessive scolding, punishment, or invasive interactions. The dog learns that closeness can create tension, and there's something even more serious. Silent illnesses. Hormonal changes, heart problems, metabolic disorders, and even the early stages of neurological conditions can begin with subtle behavioral shifts. Before loss of appetite, before visible apathy, before any classic symptom appears. The most concerning part is that many owners only realize it when the condition is already advanced. When the dog completely stops playing, when he stops eating, when he shows obvious pain. But emotional withdrawal is often one of the first signs. Pay attention to the details. Does he avoid being touched in a specific area? Has he lost interest in activities he used to love? Is he sleeping more isolated? Has the way he reacts to your presence changed? Dogs rarely grow distant without a reason. When the connection fades, something is wrong, physically or emotionally. The good news is that, in most cases, the earlier you notice, the easier it is to resolve. A full checkup can rule out pain or illness, adjustments in routine, more predictability, positive interactions, and respecting his space can restore trust. In the Complete Guide to Canine Health and Behavior, I explain how to identify subtle signs of pain, how to differentiate emotional issues from physical ones, which test to request, and how to rebuild your connection with your dog the right way. The link is in the description. If your dog is avoiding contact, don't ignore it. Don't label it as personality. Investigate. Prevention is always easier than treatment. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments, have you noticed any change in the way your dog interacts with you? Sometimes silence and distance say much more than a bark.